All right, 101. By now, you have seen what we can do with a desktop browser when it comes to a Flex layout. So, what we've seen so far in 8.1, 2, 3, 4, etc., is that we can use our browser to determine how many flexible areas fit inside of a flexible container. So whether or not that means we are using fractions, so like we did in the earliest part of this chapter when we used flex 1 for our nav, flex, let's say it was 8 for the main portion, and then flex 1 for our aside element. That is certainly one way we could do this. We could do this using columns and rows. We could do this using a grid template. Now, all of those are employable, frankly, moving forward. And actually, we'll see a lot of exactly that right here with the idea of a media query. But the limitation that comes with all of the design that we have done, previous to this is that it is limited to the desktop browser. Now, one of the things that, there's no way for me to put enough emphasis on this in a web design class is we should be designing for mobile first. If we look at the rockvalleycollege.edu statistics on where it is that our unknown potential future clients are coming from, so students, they are discovering rockvalleycollege.edu on their smartphone. The vast majority of the desktop hits we get actually come from inside. So that's every time you open rockvalleycollege.edu by default. When you come through one of our campus machines, or when you sign on to our campus wireless networks, you are automatically directed to rockvalleycollege.edu. So all of that stuff is desktop. But if you think about it, the last time you went to rockvalleycollege.edu was probably on your phone, right? For a lot of you, you even go through and look at either these videos on your phones, you look at Eagle through either the Eagle app or the Eagle website on your phone, and it doesn't matter because both of those are actually written in HTML and CSS. So the developer's job should be, to devote equal time to making each one of these device types, your desktop, your tablet, your smartphone. And again, that is not in order of what is the most used, that's simply in order of largest to smallest. And that makes challenges for you, the developer, because what happens when you have a site like we have created up to now, and you view that on a smartphone? If you have, if you have the availability to do this, go ahead and check anything from Chapter 7. Go ahead, send yourself the a case study. Take activities, for example, for the Pacific Trails Resort, and send that to yourself. It's going to look abysmal on a mobile device. And the reason for that is because, and you can see right here behind me, I have this. It is page 296 in your textbook. But look at just the difference in the display that's happening there. We have been doing everything for that large display, your desktop display, your laptop display. But in either event, that is, a considerably larger display than your smartphone is. So what we need for responsive design layout, what we need for a modern mobile first approach is we need the idea of a media query. We are going to rely on our browser. We're going to rely on our viewport to determine just how dense the content is going to be and just how to display that content. So what I'm going to do, I've built a small demo page here. We're going to take a look at just the layout and how things work before I tear you loose on responsive layout with media queries. And I believe it's hands-on practice 8.8. You'll get an opportunity to see that. So let's go over to brackets. You've got the 2 file downloads right here under this that you can go ahead and take a look at and follow along with.